Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Mr. Tusri. I'm Azrael Ramantio. I'm 9th class and I'm from Absent 4. Now I want to tell you about my narrative text. Its name is Lake Toba. Once upon a time, there was a prosperous village in a faraway island called Sumatra. In northern part of the island lived a farmer whose name was Toba. He lived in a simple hut in a farming field. He always do some gardening, farming, and fishing for his daily life. One day, while the man was fishing, he caught a very big fish. It's a golden fish in his trap. It was the biggest fish that he caught in this river in his life. Surprisingly, the fish turned into a beautiful princess. For a moment, Toba was very speechless and he could control his emotion. He asked her, "Who are you? What are you doing? Where are you live?" And then the princess said, "I'm the fish that you catch in that river. You took me here, that I'm the princess that turned into the fish." And then Mr. Toba talked to her again. "Were you the fish?" And then the princess said again, "Yes, I was the fish. Look at the kitchen." And then Toba immediately ran into his kitchen. And then he found there are many gold in there. And then Toba said again to the princess, "Why there are some coins in here?" And then the princess said, "Those coins are mine, as I change into human, being my scales change into the gold coins." And then Toba said to him, "Okay, you can live with me and then you can work to me. Your room is over there." And then the princess said, "Thank you very much, Mr. Toba." And then, since she was very beautiful, he fell in love with her and then proposed to her to be his wife. And then the princess said, "Okay, but you have promised one of the secrets." And then, what is the secret? The secret is you cannot tell that I was a fish. Because I was a fish, and then if you tell that to anyone, it will be the big disaster. And then Mr. Toba make a deal with her. And then soon they have a baby boy. And then the baby boy grew up, and then he named it Samosir. Unfortunately, Samosir was a lazy boy. He didn't want to work, he get up late, and then he made his father work very hard in his rice field. Samosir just slept. When he was awake, he talked a lot and he ate a lot. Toba was very disappointed with his son's nature. He hoped that one day Samosir will change into a diligent boy. Day in and day out by the out, Samosir never changed. And then the father said again to Samosir, "Oh, you are stupid, lazy boy. You are son of the fish." And then Samosir was very hearty, and then very shocked, and then go to the house and then ask to his mother, "Am I the fish? My father said that to me." And then his mother very sad because his father said that to Samosir again. His mother very sad and talked to the father. You already broke the promise, and I will let go. And then the mother asked Samosir to go climb the highest tree. Then the mother asked him to stay there, obey his mother's instruction. He still didn't know why his mother told him to do this. He just waited what happened next. The beautiful girl was very sad. He thought that Toba didn't love her anymore. Toba was changed. He broke his promise to her, so the girl thought there were no use she left. She decided to suicide by jumping to a lake. Suddenly the sky was getting dark, and then upon the feeling. Not so long after that, the rain poured the earth. It was a huge rain. And then the thunder and the lightning were so scary. The rain was so heavy and made a huge flood. The valley was like a sea. Just as the girl, there was a great disaster in that village. Meanwhile, Toba, who was still in his farm, shocked with this disaster. He couldn't save himself. He was drowned by the flood and then finally died. And the spoiled child Samosir, although he climbed the highest tree, he still couldn't save himself anymore. He died as his parents. His body was floating, and then became Smile Island, which now was called Samosir Island. And then the village was sink and become a lake. This lake was named Toba Lakes. What is the moral value that we can take in this story? The first one, we should keep our promises. In this story, Toba doesn't want to keep the promise that he gave on his wife. Because of that, the wife is very hungry and then burned into a lake Toba. And then second, be a patient and can control your emotion in all the condition. Because in this story, the Toba doesn't want to control his emotion. Because of that, he said that his children is a fish. And then the last one is, we must be forgiven people. We must be forgiven people because the people must behave wrong. And then that's all for my narrative text today. Thank you for the enjoying. I hope it's useful. Thank you.